Hey everyone, welcome back to yet another 2 Minutes Tuesday with Bala. This week we are going to look into Azure ARM Templates. Let's get started. What exactly is Azure ARM Templates? Azure ARM Templates is nothing but you're using that as infrastructure as code. So the ARM templates are defined in JSON. So like you can see here, you have defined the resources and then it's a simple JSON. You could read that through. It's a type of storage account. We are trying to create what is the API version, what name you want, and what location you're looking at. What is the SKU code for that particular ARM template that you're trying to. Recently, Azure has come up with a new language called Biceps. So we will also look into that in upcoming episodes. But that is much easier to write, so you're not dealing with a complicated JSON object. So the main advantages of ARM templates: efficient infrastructure management. So you have declarative syntax, which in ARM templates you can write it in JSON, or even if you're using it's much easier. The syntax, autocomplete, and other things will help you. You can do a modular file, so you can have certain sections as smaller chunks, and then you can reuse them, or you can then have as one single ARM template, which could create all your resources needed. The third one is the share template. So once you build a template, then you can share it within your team or within your organization. So the next one is the orchestration. So orchestration is when you're creating simple one or two resources, not a big deal. But if you want to create multiple resources, one dependent on the other, then orchestration comes into play. So Azure ARM templates clearly will go with the dependency in what needs to be created at what point. And once that is all created, that's when it creates the dependent services. So it's much more easier in orchestration. Extensibility, you can add PowerShell and a lot of other things or bash scripts to extend your ARM templates. It has a CI/CD integration, so you can have a code repository where you maintain infrastructure as code. So any changes that you make, then you just make it with the CI/CD pipeline. The powerful testing and preview capability. So here you're doing the template testing. So whenever you're building the templates, there are certain PowerShell scripts that could help you test the template when you're building it. And then you can also do a built-in validation. So automatically the Azure will validate before you're trying to do anything with the resource manager. So when you give the resource, when you're trying to create, it will just check before even going and deploying anything. And you can also do the preview changes. What is going to be, what if with all this happens before the deployment. So what are the authoring capabilities? You could use Visual Studio Code to do the authoring. So any type of Azure resources you can create with ARM templates. And the last feature is any of your existing resources can also be created and exported into an ARM template to see how it is. And then you can reuse it. So overall, if you see, it's simplifying your infrastructure as code, and then you have repeatable results, and then you have compare and contrast with existing resources, and then you have a centralized management for your all your infrastructure. That's about it for this week. See you next week with another topic. We'll continue exploring Azure. Thank you.